So we're live. Good
Hello,
morning.
everyone. Good
Happy
morning.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's a little gloomy out there, but it's all warm and
Tuesday.
fuzzy inside. I drank all my
Gloomy?
coffee.
I don't know. In Chelmsford, we're bright and sunny. Sorry, it's gloomy in the South End.
Sorry.
What can you do?
Well, I could go out for a walk. That would be the brightest thing to do.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it's
yes,
going to come your way. It's blue skies and Chemmy, though.
wonderful. So happy. My
Sorry,
lights.
why is my clock?
It's 9 o'clock. We'll let that ring. Let everyone reminisce with their grandparents.
We're gonna have to listen to it all. Go ahead. I cover
The
my
nine
mic.
chimes. Oh my goodness. So the community votes is back out again. That's so exciting. It was exciting last year because I just launched my business, Divine Wellness, and got my friends to vote, and so it's good. It's good. And then we just finished doing Paro. Like, we have this grand event coming up May the 6th with Paro. If you don't know what Paro is a northern initiative for female or women entrepreneurs, and it is kind of based on that theory of small loans and grants, right?
Yeah.
For women initiative. So that's very cool. If you don't know about that, get a hold of Kayla Sumer. Sorry, Kayla. And or Pero Sudbury, and get talking to them. If you're a woman wanting to re-image herself, wanting to reach out, wanting to do those great things you have your heart and soul on, because you're tired of this. No, I shouldn't say you're tired. You're on fire for a purpose, and you want to do something that will change the world. Talk to them. Same as Regional Business Center, right? You were involved in the Regional Business Center now, correct? With the new
Yeah, I'm
charter
still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting back from them. But yeah,
that
Dawn
launch.
is very much into them as well too.
Right. So I would even think the Chamber or Rotary but the Regional Business Center, they all have these fantastic programs where you can, even FedNor, Nickel
Mhm.
Basin, all these different companies trying to stimulate the economy with entrepreneurial focus and online focus. So if you
Mm.
really have something in mind and envision, certainly reach out to those organizations to see how you can launch yourself, and find out if there's any funding that's available, because in Northern Ontario, we seem to have a little more luck with that and trying to stimulate the economy. And so exciting that some of the restrictions are being lifted.
Yes, that's what I'm really I was thinking about talking about today, just because it's so cool that it feels like a little, it's coming.
Little bit. It's coming. It's
We're
coming.
still a little bit confused about some stuff, but we know it's coming. It's maybe Tuesday. Well,
Mhm.
actually, we've actually been able to be open this whole time, to be honest with you. But I think people have been just a little bit timid. We've only had a few people coming in to visit us within the guidelines, and that's just going to continue. But for the rest of us, small businesses and people in the community and everything else, I think it's going to be a little bit of a sigh of relief that we can start getting out there.
I
The restaurants are not
really,
open though,
I
unfortunately.
don't understand that. Why weren't the
Yeah,
restaurants?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, enough. I'm so sorry. Enough of this already, but
Yeah,
that's
I'm just getting the links here. We were talking about Paro and everything else. Paro, the word itself, it just means I'm ready, and it's a women's initiative, like you said, for Northern Ontario, but I think it's all across Ontario.
mhm,
But it came out of Thunder Bay, Ontario,
mhm.
for small business women entrepreneurs, and just to really help you. So I put a link in the comments with regards to that, to check it out for, so any women that are out there in business that want to connect with these people, definitely something that you can do and look into, because it's amazing, and you get connected with some pretty incredible people. Very blessed to have they have like circles within Paro, and you connect with like-minded or opposite people, business people in your community or across the north or wherever.
Mhm.
And yeah, we lift each other up. We cheer each other on. support each other on many, many levels. And this
Yep.
is, very, very nice. I mean, especially because a lot of us are having the trouble, struggling a little bit financially, a lot of different ways within our businesses these days. And it's important for that community, if nothing else at this point.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I think
Mhm.
it's great to I mean, we always say support small business, and what does that actually mean? But it's wonderful to be able to really, and the nice thing about Paro actually is that you have the ability to support back. It gives us
Mhm.
that vehicle to, when we're able to actually infuse funds back into Paro to be recycled and be put back in and create another woman's opportunity as well. So,
Yeah, yeah, very much so. And
mhm.
it's essential on so many levels. I mean, because even within our group, we look at giving back to the community as well, too, as a group, and doing different things like this. That is, I don't know, it's at the heart of who we are as women and entrepreneurs, I believe. I'm
Yep.
not saying that men are not, but I think women as a whole, we're very giving, we're very compassionate, and it's a little bit different for women, not necessarily the fact that we're not bosses and we're not CEOs and we're not, driven and focused and badasses, but we have that different component being
Hmm.
women than men, obviously. So it's yeah, it's a different world for sure.
It is. It is. I really hope. Well, that's the great thing about the Regional Business Center, or like say Chamber of Commerce, things like that. Men have the
Mhm.
opportunity to really have great goals there, and I would think, I would really hope um, that men entrepreneurs actually have a channel through that vehicle,
Mhm.
because sometimes I think men get the raw deal sometimes, but in trying to create and go up. So, but
Yeah, well, yeah, they might have had the raw deal, but I think
not the I don't mean like
historically,
the raw deal, but I mean, I see this a lot. We have all these motivate conferences. We have all of these things, and the new generation or the younger generation doesn't have the same get up and go as older generational men.
okay,
So that's
okay,
what I mean.
yeah, no, I mean that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
We can argue it out if you want.
Hmm.
I'm very much feminist kind of
Hmm.
mentality, though, and historically we've been behind the eight ball for too long. And coming into actually International Women's Day in March, this is kind of a big holiday for me,
Hmm.
just because it's something that I really love to promote. And every day usually is Women's Day as far as I'm concerned, but it's a big deal for me. And as a new entrepreneur, I mean, all my whole life I've worked for somebody else. This is a new thing for
Hmm.
me, so I see a lot more for sure.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
And I work closely with a lot of women. I am My mentors are women, my colleagues are women, and my parents too. We're all women,
Hmm. We're all women,
and,
yeah.
and
Yep.
this is just, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. What else was I going to say? Okay, just to get back into nutrition a little bit, give me. I'm going to quiz you now. I'm right on top of you today.
I know. I'm just like, whoa.
Okay, so
What did
if
I do to
somebody was,
deserve all this attention today? So kind. So kind.
you stayed up late, and no, I don't.
No, I didn't. No, I
No, I
didn't.
know. I
Okay,
didn't either.
go.
That's why my brain's working this morning. Let's see here. I wanted to quiz you on what is important for a healing path. Okay, and I'm talking from the perspective of Anthony Williams, who's the medical medium. So what is it that
What?
you need? Like, of course, we promote ourselves as nutritionists, but I mean, you can go to anybody that, preferably us, but go to anybody with regards to incorporating a healing journey for yourself. So there's going to be some stipulations that you, as a customer, would like to make sure that your person, whoever, is going to just let me see here, is going to provide for you. Your practitioner is going to provide for you. So let's see here.
Can you repeat the question, please?
So, what are the stipulations? What are the categories that you're going to look at as a practitioner to look?
No, that's not what you said.
No. What are the stipulations as a practitioner that you're going to cover on a healing journey for somebody? Not specific body parts or issues, but generally overall.
Forgiveness.
Okay. Huh?
Forgiveness.
Yes, that's actually one of them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Forgiveness is a big one.
It's a very, very big one. It's not so much forgiveness for those things around you or those people or those hurts, things like that, but it's forgiveness for oneself. And it's working in that and creating that ability to have forgiveness so that you can give forgiveness. And that is a huge part of healing journey. It can be one of the biggest blocks that you have that doesn't allow your body to heal. It doesn't allow your journey to move forward in that.
Yeah.
And it's not that you need to, it is the act upon it. It allows a release of negativity held in the body. It allows that exchange to happen. And look how much, even when I was talking this week or last week about TMJ, that anger, that held anger is part of that TMJ syndrome. That held anger or that unrest, that dis-ease about people, all can be part of that unforgiveness part of things. And look at how that manifests, how that develops in the stomach.
Manifests, I
Yeah.
believe. Because,
So how it happens develops in the stomach, or how it develops in the liver, or bile. You
or it
have
comes out on your skin.
on your skin. It's withheld in the voice. It can be held in the lungs because you don't want to speak about it. The tension that you hold in your jaw because you're just like chomping at the bit, and it's so many different things you may think mentally becomes figuratively in the body. And so I would think that level of forgiveness and love and that ability, so that's always a positive negative type of idea. And then understanding yourself and self-image is also part of that as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it's for me, it's all about those things of knowing how God's promises are true in my life, right? And then when you take that God portion out of things, if you just go,
faith,
that's that faith portion of things, but it's understanding that I am beautiful. I am a ruby. I am capable. I am glorious. I am, all of these different things are all of the promises that God speaks of us in the Bible. So it's all of this that we need to understand so that we may then be able to change and grow and develop and become healthy. Healthy doesn't mean a perfect size, a perfect weight, but it means healthy attitude, healthy capability to walk and breathe and glow and accomplish and all sorts of different things, right?
Yep. Forgiveness and just connected with that letting go. I think as a holistic cancer practitioner, I find that letting go of the past, letting go of the control, letting go of anger, letting go of, again, going back to that forgiveness part of it, letting go of your failures perhaps in the past, and just understanding that today is what you have and going forward is what you can control. And whatever happened in the past, it happened. Like eating poorly, bad poor choices back then, or different type of feelings or different things in your life that are in the past. You can't go forward with it. You can't continue to hang on to that, because that's just going to keep poisoning and toxifying you throughout your life. And, and when you add, like you said, the faith-based component towards, and self-love and self-compassion and joy and happiness, and finding the joy in minor things. So we don't have $1 million. Well, what are the good things that we do have? What are the things that are positive in your life? And looking at the glass half full as opposed to half empty, and really focusing on that in our lives is going to be a big, big difference in a healing journey as well too. So there's a few other things too that are kind of, of course, we all know fruits and vegetables, hydration, sleep, vegetables, sunshine, that you're getting your vitamin D is so very important. But then there's that other component of us, and that we were talking about with faith and forgiveness and letting go. But there's other things as well too, like having a purpose in life. This is something that's very, very important for a lot of people. And we learned that through our book club with Napoleon Hill, with having a purpose and something to drive us forward, and not just drifting through life at what he called drifting through life, which is just getting up, going to work, coming home, eating, going to bed, getting up, going to work, coming home, just that monotonous everyday thing that, a lot of people do. And, that's the path that they are on. But for somebody like myself, and I can safely say for Dana as well too, is that we're always looking for something more. We're always looking for that spark that makes us want to get up in the morning to go forward. And I have a feeling that really does have a lot to do with just healing people, being healers ourselves, and through the holistic realm of, just naturalness, and coming back to our roots, and understanding that really we are a healing machine, and, doing the best that we can. And I think that drives us both. We touched on faith, and prayer is another big one too. So prayer, meditation, whatever it is that you believe in, this is something that you can definitely incorporate into a healing journey for sure. And making sure that you have support. So we talked a little bit about Pero Group. Pero is fine, not financially, but it is a support group for us in one level. We have family, we have friends, we have loved ones, we have colleagues. All these different people are very much support people in your lives. When we relate it to a healing journey, we're looking towards perhaps support groups, maybe a therapist, a healing group of people in your life. So your doctors, your chiropractors, your massage therapists, your nutritionists, your thermographers, all these different people that are very, very important on your healing journey. From that perspective as well too, but and bringing it back to the faith part of it, maybe a pastor, maybe a guru, maybe a spiritual healer, maybe your priest. All these different people are going to be part of that support group as well too. Another one is love and compassion. They kind of go hand in hand, and they really are very important with regards to self-love. Having the love around you, understanding that support people in your life are loved ones as well too, and then compassion for a really, really big part of it when it comes down to being kind to yourself. Just and compassion for people around you, and understanding that people that are there to support you are just doing the best that they can to support you. It can be frustrating sometimes on a healing journey because it's not happening as fast as we would like. We've been conditioned and trained over how many decades now that you take a pill, you feel better, and somebody else is going to tell you how to heal your body. But compassion and understanding that there's a different way to do things, an older way of coming into a healing process, and understanding that it is a process. It's and being compassionate along that road. A few other ways, affirmations.
Yep.
These again can be as simple as a little prayer, really strengthening those neural pathways. Right now, I have this challenge I've talked about it for a few days in the group, but just every morning, getting up and looking at yourself, or just saying, "Good morning, Wendy. I love you." Something as simple as that, and saying it over and over and over again to yourself. It sounds a little bit silly. You might feel a little bit silly doing it, but it's a simple process to really strengthen some self-love, compassionate neural pathways in your body, to the point where it's second nature that you are known as the person that loves themselves the most, in that kind of situation.
No, exactly.
Yeah. And then having some fun in your life. This is important too. Like, it's not all just work. It's not all just, seriousness. And I think this has a lot to do with maybe drifting a little bit too, finding some humor and some joy in your life,
You
learning
have
to
to.
laugh,
Yeah.
finding the fun, in the day. It's not all seriousness. It's not all, straight and narrow path. I mean, joke around. I know that Dana's brought a lot of that into my life, and I'm extremely grateful for that, among the many, many other things that Dana's brought into my life. But it's important. For those of you that may or may not know, I am a divorced lady, but that was one of the criteria that I had on my next guy list, because anybody that's been divorced, they always have a list, whether they admit it or not. There has to be a list. And one of the things on my list was that he had to make me laugh. I think that was probably the top thing on my list, and he does on a daily basis. I'm going to cry. But he is, laughter is important.
Laughter is huge. Yes.
Yeah.
The also joy. Well, that whole goes with joy as well. I talk about finding that with women and clients, getting back to basics and finding things that bring you joy. So if
Mm-hmm.
you like to cook. If you don't like it, you hate it, you despise it, then you need to figure out a way to encourage your husband or encourage your children, or just order in. Make sure you fill that. And I think another thing when you're looking at that too is understanding and getting your partner, your love, your family to understand love languages.
Yes.
And that is so important. When you are trying to really hone in and understand what brings your family joy, because every single person can be different, and it
Mm-hmm.
could just be the littlest of things. It's what's going to matter the most. Understanding your people's love languages, but also getting them to understand what your love language
Yeah.
is so important, right? And be willing to allow them to express themselves and appreciate the little things that they do for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whether you're like, that makes me insane. It's not what I want. It's not what I asked for, but you've got to be grateful. And I think that's important as well, is finding to giving the people the opportunity to share their gifts, to offer help, to offer you hope, is also allowing those people the healing process of growing in their capabilities and stepping out of their limitations as part of a balanced system of give and take, which is part of, that willingness as a woman, the willingness to allow people to help you
Yeah.
is a tough
Giving
step.
and receiving.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's a tough step to climb, right?
Yeah. I
Even
still have
though,
troubles with that. Yeah.
oh,
I mean, like if I was to get sick and have somebody look after me,
it's
oof,
hard.
yeah.
It's like having your friend fill your dishwasher for you. That's the key. That's it. How much faith do you
Or
have in
your
your
kids.
friend
They do it
or
on
your
purpose.
family to fill the dishwasher? Are you that one? You know who I'm talking to. Are you the one to go, oh, that's very nice, thank you, and then just refill it anyways? Take it all out and redo it.
That is like the litmus paper for that situation. Control freak.
Oh,
That's the litmus paper for control freakness.
that's so
Ooh,
funny.
it is
They're
funny.
they're
But
at
no,
school
I think,
working today, so they won't hear me say that. So it's
yeah,
okay.
no, my kids do it on purpose so they don't have to do it because they know.
I know. I did the same
And I
thing with
think my husband too.
renovations. I did the same thing with renovations on the house, with drywalling. You just do it so bad, you never get asked to do it again.
That's it. That's it.
Although it doesn't work with painting. He just hates painting, so it doesn't matter how bad of a
Oh,
job I do. He will never paint. So he's laughing in the other room. Ha ha ha. Ha, 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 ha. He does the same thing with cooking though. He doesn't want to cook.
yeah. Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Like I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like cooking supper tonight, honey. He's
Okay.
like, well, I could, but you probably won't like it. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Damn.
It's okay. I love cheese and crackers.
He's
It's okay.
like, I don't know what you eat. You're a vegetarian. And I'm like, well, vegetables. Even open a can of beans.
A ski doesn't break down and cook himself a steak on the barbecue. That's so funny.
No,
Wow.
no.
Really?
That's why he's almost vegetarian now because I don't cook meat.
He's just so uninspired by the barbecue.
Well, yeah, in the summertime. Right now, no.
Yes. Oh my
But,
goodness.
but
Barbecue
now
season
since
is
COVID, we don't shop together, so he doesn't buy the food anymore. So if I'm buying food, I rarely buy meat. He's yeah. he's missing out, my poor guy.
Oh, he'll survive. He will
Oh yeah.
survive. So did you add the link to the healing path on there?
No, just to you because I think it's should I?
You should.
It was a special thing that I opted into, so I wasn't
Yes,
quite sure.
I can't
It's
remember.
free
If you're
though.
wondering what I'm doing, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to remember my password. Anyone else with menopause
Oh,
brain?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
passcode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. The medicalmedium.me, I can send that link
Mhm.
out to people, is it has a couple of free courses that you can go through, audios of his. There's some recipes,
But yep, his prayer
couple
is
of
right
things
in
like
there as
that.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, prayer. Yeah, you saw that, eh? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's prayer. He's got, and that's what I was actually referencing was the fact that he has about 18 or 17 different
Yep.
aspects of the healing process that are essential
That
for healing.
he feels is an essential. And I know that it certainly is a good checklist to kind of go through and where you need to work on. So it's wonderful, and it's very affirming that we both talk about each of these
Yes.
facets.
And I believe
It,
it's important. I mean, all of the things, even right down to what was the last couple of there, movement. Obviously, we talk about movement, humor, play, freedom, embracing freedom. The simple fact. I mean, that in itself is amazingly important. Sometimes I forget that one with regards to my clients, but it's essential.
it is, yeah.
Understanding and being grateful for that freedom. I am on whatever level, freedom of choice, freedom to be well,
Hmm.
freedom to make your own conscious decisions about what you want best in your life. If it's me as a practitioner, if it's Dana, if it's the number of crazy, wonderful practitioners, health, holistic practitioners that we have in Sudbury. If it's just a conventional, we have so many choices and
Yeah.
that freedom to make a choice. So, yeah, that's very important as well too.
Hmm. It is super important. So we're just going to finish up here by saying the Community Votes 2021 has just been launched this week, or maybe just yesterday. Probably just yesterday, but so if you have a community, go to it. We've attached it in the notes,
Mhm.
and if you have a favorite nutritionist or someone you want to help, um, like Blake Shelton on The Voice, he always this vote for me, vote for me. Um, Anyways, there's everybody's on there. Your favorite restaurant, your favorite coach, your favorite fitness, your favorite bank, your
Your
favorite
favorite
pizza
wedding
place.
officiant, your
Yeah,
favorite
favorite
yoga
wedding.
teacher.
Yes, exactly. Everybody. So get out there and support, and it helps. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting to see all the different types of people that are out there. So even just to go on and see the different type of people that are in your community.
Local, local,
Local, shop
local.
local,
Yeah,
shop small business.
yeah,
And I just, those small, beautiful retailers, just pray for prosperity and continued uh, hope for those guys. They need to be open. They need to be opening their shop and running their shops
yeah,
and moving their inventories and moving into the next season. And, if you have the opportunity to schedule an appointment to go into the store, if that's what they're going to
yeah,
do, then shop local, honestly. Enough.
yeah.
Lots of
We
bakeries,
need
lots of
to,
different
yeah, keep the
butcher
money in
shops.
town. Bring our city back to life. That's
Hmm.
what we need to do.
Yeah.
Need to do. Don't care exactly who or what. Just do it. Like
Yeah.
really,
Yeah. Yeah.
seriously, we have to bring the city back to life.
Hmm. Don't forget to
Yay!
join me today at 3 o'clock. And today we're
Yeah.
talking about DHEA, and we'll be talking about food and supplementation to help
Mother
support this
hormone.
vital hormone process in your body.
Yep. Interesting. Wonderful. What's today? I'm going to be doing meetings today. Oh well. It's my career and I love it. Half glass full, full, half glass, half full.
Yeah, your glass is full.
It's
Really,
full,
it is.
yes.
You have clients today.
Being
It's
grateful, yes.
amazing. You're being very grateful. I have clients as well today, and I'm going live at 3. So, mhm.
Nice. So we'll catch you later
Bye, everyone.
tomorrow
Have
or
a good day.
mañana. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye bye.